Hello, hello, ladies. Happy Friday for those of you who are watching this on a Friday. And welcome back. We have gone through quite a little journey together. Today is day 4, video 4, and step 4 of the art of effortless feminine manifestation. Woohoo! I'm sad that this is coming to a close because I've had so much fun. Yay, Kimberly, welcome, welcome. I've had so much fun. I have not done any series like this live on Facebook, and I haven't actually taught really any courses in over a year, or really invited any new offerings into the world in over a year. So this is a very special time for me. I'm so very grateful for all of you that have been showing up both live and watching the recordings. I look forward to seeing more interaction. I know some of you ladies are, yes, Dawn, it is okay to watch this without seeing the rest because I'm going to give you a full recap, and then you'll want to go back and get some of the information and watch those videos later so you can get the juicy nuggets that I shared. So yes. So welcome to all of you new ladies here, and welcome back to all of you ladies that have been on this journey with me. So I'm super excited for that. I forgot what I was saying just a second ago, but basically, I'm super grateful and honored to have brought this information into a very accessible platform such as this, and to really have you wet your whistle. Oh, and I think I remember what I was saying. And just so you know, these videos will be available probably indefinite. I don't think I'll be taking them out of the Fun FM Girlfriends group. I think they'll just be here, and you can find them in the video section of this page. Yeah, that's awesome. So that you can revisit them. And this information is really important. It's not something that you're going to get like that. It's something that takes ongoing practice, commitment, and perseverance with, because, well, number one, you already know all this. I've shared this again and again and again, that you know this information. It's not new. It's not something that I have the patent on, right? It's something that is innate in every single one of us. Every single one of us. So I'm just awakening. I'm just here as a catalyst to awaken you to the remembrance, right? Remember, putting back together what you already knew to be true so long ago, many moons ago, many lifetimes ago, and deep just within your current knowing wisdom that we're drawing upon. So this information will feel very familiar. It probably has felt very familiar, and it's just sort of broken down into very specific steps in which to have you have greater success and being able to put it in a formula that actually helps you know, oh wait, well I'm here, but now that's not working, so I got to go back here and go back to step 2 and so on and so forth. So I'm going to talk more about that today. But know that this live fun time together is actually coming to a close, and as I've shared with you, this particular time when I've chosen to run these videos live is a potent time because we have the moon, the new moon cycle ending, and we're stepping into a waxing moon cycle. Both are super powerful and potent for conjuring and creating your desires, both getting clear and knowing what it is that you want to create, and then actually having great success, especially within the context of a group. So if you haven't checked out all the videos and you're just popping in, dive in. This is the time, like over the next 2, 3, 4 days, it's a really potent time to leverage this information. Now, this information can work anytime, anywhere. Once you get the hang of it, you'll become a pro. However, it's always a really good thing to access the power of the cosmos and Mother Nature as a universal guiding force to aid and abet in that which we are stepping toward. That's what I believe. I subscribe to magic and serious earth medicine and the realms of beyond what we can see. And that's what I'm bringing to you, and that's what I'm inviting to you. So, thank you for being here. We're going to do a brief grounding, and then we're going to dive into the final step in this process. And I'm so excited to have you here. So I invite you to close your eyes. Either cross your legs or put your feet on the floor, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And I invite you in this moment just to lean back. right? Just practice that leaning back. Feel what it feels like to just lean back. In that leaning back, you're going to feel you'll notice, just leaning back is like, just puts you in a feeling receptive state. So I just want you to just enjoy that state for a moment. Knowing that you've come to this time potentially with a very full cup. Life, love, living, learning, it fills us and fills us and fills us. So we're going to see if we can just empty out a little bit of that so that we can fill it with some of this information, this final piece of information, and clear out anything that isn't in aligned with this, because we want you to be a clear channel and a clear receptacle for this information to continue to thrive in your life. So leaning back, go ahead and just rest your arms. Actually, you know what? Let's put your hands on your belly, on your beautiful belly. So just breathe into the belly. See if you can get your hands, see if you can get your breath all the way down in your belly so that when you breathe in, your belly goes out. When you breathe out, your belly goes in. Just do a couple rounds on your own. Breathing in, belly out. Breathing out, belly in. Just noticing, just loving the abundance that is in your hands, all of that belly, whatever capacity of belly you have, just give some love and honoring and attention to that time, to that place, to that part of your body, loving that belly, breathing in, breathing out, seeing if you can relax even more, lean back even more. Open up your chest, open up your heart, open up your mind, open up your third eye, open up your ears, open up your senses, open up whatever needs to be opened up in which to be a fully available vessel for this information to seep and steep into your beingness. So just feeling your own pleasure that's generated by your breath, by your leaning back, by your receptivity. And in a moment, after you've felt that relaxed state, or become aware of even the possibility of that relaxed state, even if you're not fully accessing it, we're going to begin to gather up some excess and toss it aside. So in that comfortable, leaned back, open, receptive place where you are breathing, we're going to imagine a big old satchel in your mind's eye. It could be a suitcase, it could be a bag, whatever comes into mind. It's just a receptacle that you can start to put things in. So when you have that in your mind's eye, I want you to begin to scan your body, scan your mind, scan your field, and just gently pull out whatever you are aware of outside of this moment that may interfere with this next time together, bit of time together, and pull it out of your field and place it in the bag or the suitcase, whatever you've got there. You're going to place it in there. You're just going to seek and find anything that's in the way, anything that you know is not going to serve you. Maybe you're thinking about what's happening later. Maybe you're thinking about what happened yesterday. Maybe there's something going on with you in the moment. Gather it up. Put it in the bag. Breathe and scan. Notice maybe there's an ache in your shoulder or a pain in your thigh. See if you can gather that up. Put it in the bag. Just do that a few more times, noticing, pulling from the field, whatever it is, the conversation that happened earlier, something that you're still pissed about from yesterday, whatever it is, gather it up, put it in the bag. Give you another few moments to gather up whatever else you need to toss away for the moment. Put it in the bag, pull it out, put it in the bag, pull it out, put it in the bag. Keep breathing. See if there's one or two more things that are scraggling, wanting to hold on and interfere with your reception of this moment. grab it up, put it in the bag. And when you feel complete, you're gonna close up that bag, tie it real good. If you got a suitcase, close that suitcase, zipper it up. That's your baggage. We're gonna leave that baggage outside for now. So I want you to envision taking that bag and placing it outside of the door, whether it be your front door, your bedroom door, your car door, wherever you are. Let's put that outside the door. You can always pick it back up again. It'll be there waiting for you when you're done. So know that if there's something in there you want to take back, it's all yours for the taking after we've connected. So it's outside the door. Give you a second or two to complete that. And now close that door in your mind's eye. Breathe one more time into your belly, deep in your belly, deep in your belly, deep in your belly, filling up with all the goodness that's here now for you, that's here to come, that has been delivered so far. Breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in. And release with a sigh. And just take a moment to be in this moment. Just notice, find awareness, what might be different. Breathe another breath if you want. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back in. Yay! Looks like we've got some new ladies joining us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today is day 4, video 4. We're going to discuss the final step in the effortless feminine manifestation process. For those of you that have just joined us, know that if you haven't had a chance to watch the previous videos, it's okay. Today we're actually going to do a pretty good recap of all 4 videos. And then I certainly, absolutely always encourage you to go back and, oh nice, Cindy threw that bag into the garbage bin. Nice job. I love it. You don't need that. You don't need that. Awesome. So we're going to do an overview in a little bit, and those of you that need to catch up, I definitely encourage you to catch up. The videos are here in this Facebook group for you to check out and watch at your convenience. And I'll just say one more time, the time though for the most potency is now because of the cycles of the moon that we're in. So you can watch more about that. All right, so this is our last and final video in this 4-part series. Oh my gosh. So we're gonna wrap it up in a nice bow, and then I'm gonna be sitting with what might want to be, what I might want to offer maybe next week as a little other tie-up, because I know some of you will have had a couple extra days that you'll need to catch up on the videos, and maybe there's some questions, so I'm feeling into another way that we can connect. Maybe more in a Zoom conference or something like that. So if there are questions, you can bring it to the table. So I'll be letting you all know if that's going to happen, or if there's a request for that to happen, please post it on the board, let me know. But it does feel like, even though this is our last teaching call, that maybe there's a little bit more to be had for all of you who are diving deep into this process. So once again, my name is Sierra Sullivan, and I created this online learning party, because I want to teach you to learn this manifestation formula that has served me so well, has served so many of my clients and tribes so well, and to really understand that there actually can be a fun, pleasure-filled, easy way to command your life, to conjure and create and manifest that which you most want without having to work so darn hard. So in this, although it's very exciting and it's very fabulous and it's super fun and it's really juicy, we are gonna, and probably have been butting up against some of the stuff that has told you otherwise. And so there's parts of this may not feel so easy, even though I'm like, it's easy, it's easy, it's easy. But that really depends on you, and that really depends on what you showed up with and how deep into the matrix of conditioning that you may be, depending on where you've come from, what you've been doing, what you've been thinking, who you've been hanging around with, how you've been creating your life thus far, how you've been maybe not creating your life thus far, is all going to have an impact on how quickly and easily this formula works for you. So I really desire for you to have patience with yourself and really notice what's coming up for you, because every step you take along this path is going to give you information in which to heal and to shift and to cleanse and to release and to step more fully into the woman that you are and have always meant to be and are designed and destined to be. So know that. Go easy on yourself. Exactly. Yes. Thank you. Give me some hearts. Give me some thumbs up. I love interaction. This is not just a one-way street. So thanks for those of you that are hitting those buttons. I also want to say that I've said it, but I'm going to say it again. I'm beyond grateful for those of you that have shown up to receive this information. Not just because it makes it more fun and fabulous for me to be guiding you and have an audience, which of course I love, but because of what that means for the planet. The more that we step out of old paradigms and old conditionings and actually step into the truth and the uniqueness of who we are, then the more we actually free the planet. As I said in yesterday's video, or the day before, I don't remember which video I said it in, my favorite quotes from Deepak Chopra is that we are not in the world is in us, right? We have the power in each, every one of us to create whatever world we want to live in. And right now, the world we're seeing that we're existing in, that we think we're existing in, has been actually co-created very consciously, even though it seems a little unconscious, by the collective. So if we all begin to shift away from that reality, away from that consciousness, then we can create a new consciousness. And it's going to affect and impact just at least your world, which is the most important thing. But as more and more and more of us step out of that world and into this world, then we get to have this world collectively, and this becomes the new norm. So I'm really, really excited that you're here, because that means you said yes to paving the new way. You said yes to stepping on the new path, which is actually an old path that we're just remembering again, and becoming more aligned with the new vision and the new paradigm of what we've actually know to be true, but are just now remembering to be true. Awesome. Taking this path is courageous. I bow to you, sisters. I bow to the fact that you've even been able to carve out time in your schedule to be an exploration of what this might be. It says a lot about you. It says a lot about you. And this is not for the faint of heart. It's certainly not for everyone. I mean, I know that you could probably name off on probably at least one or two hands worth people in your life right now that would think this is hooey, that really are not in alignment with what you've been learning and what you're practicing. And so, yeah, that means that you are rising above the fray, right? You are stepping into this new place. And to lead any movement, to be a pioneer in any way, whether it be in your own life or in the lives of others, takes a lot of guts and a lot of commitment. So just know that you are probably going to rub up against a lot of things. That's why I'm encouraging you to stay in the bubble of this community, this Fun Fab Fun Girlfriends group, while you're practicing and exploring and playing and experimenting with what I'm teaching you. Because the outside world, if it was different, we'd be different. I wouldn't have to be here with you. We'd just be living it different. Or maybe I'd be here teaching you the other way. Who the heck knows? Probably not. But there is stamina. It does take stamina to go. I don't like to use the word against because I stand for. But what it may feel like is that you are going against an already carved out groove. As I mentioned in past videos as well, this, like, imagine you're in the Grand Canyon and that's how deep the groove has gone in the pathway that we've all been on. And what I'm asking for is a few little sticks and twigs and maybe a lot of logs and maybe some rocks and boulders that are going to block up that flow and redirect your water, which is actually your neural pathways, so that you can begin to have a new experience of life and step out of that old way and step into this new way and have everything you want with so much more ease and flow and fun and pleasure. So it's also going to take a healthy dose of self-worth. Now, we talked about self-worth in one of the earlier videos, and that the beingness of the havingness, the havingness of the beingness. You are worthy. Like, I don't need to tell you that, but I'm going to tell you that. You are worthy. Just being born on this planet, just the fact that there is breath running through your body, that you are here, you're worthy. You are worthy of all that this world and universe has to offer you. What has had you think otherwise has been thinking that it's outside of yourself and attempting to do what those outside of yourself tell you to do, and that has caused a schism in your ability to really trust and know your own innate worth and value. So just know that. And grow your value. You have it, it's already in you, just do it. Because you're going to need to believe enough in yourself to stay on this path. This isn't about believing in the formula. This isn't about believing in me. This is about believing in you, in which to actually flow in this formula and have it work for you. So I just want to remind you of that as well. This is really a an in-depth course in ultimately self-love and self-worth. So although this is the final video, this is not the end. This is not the end. It's not the end for several reasons. It's not the end because this is just the beginning for many of you. You're now receiving this information, and you can go off and play with it. And there's multiple ways that you can play with it, and multiple levels you can decide to tap in and tap out, and I'll talk about that later. But it's really just the beginning of you to begin to practice this formula in your life and begin to see results. It's also not the end because, as I mentioned yesterday, there's another level that you can go with me, a deeper dive opportunity for you to actually step into this realm in a longer period of time. I mean, let's face it, 4 days, awesome, enough to like deliver the content. I've seen a couple of posts out there that you're sharing that there's breadcrumbs, there's things that are popping, there's manifestations happening. For those of you who are sharing, those of you who aren't sharing, I'm hoping that things are happening for you, and I would love to see more of you on the board so I can cheerlead you and the ladies can, we can get all excited about it. But this is, it's like we're just scratching the surface here. So although this may be enough for many of you, this may be exactly what you needed, exactly how you needed it at the investment, which was zero other than your time that you needed it at, and that's beautiful. And I'm so grateful and so honored to have provided that for you. And some of you may be like, hell yeah, this is exactly what I've been looking for, and I am ready to roll up my sleeves and actually take a deep dive journey and commit to an 8-week journey, adventure really, where you're physically going to go through not just this process, but many of the other tools and techniques that I have in my tool belt, and you're going to go from clear desire, which I will help you with, to playful experimentation practice with some very specific additional tools I will give you, inclusive of this, to, by the very end, having proof, literal tangible proof, that these tools work, and that you can actually manifest something in a period of 8 weeks. That's pretty fucking exciting. I mean, most of us are like, yeah, I've manifested this, I manifested that, but I'm not really sure how I did it. And why can't I manifest this if I manifested this? Well, that's easy, but that's not. And I'm really stuck in this way. And all the ways that we kind of trip ourselves up and find that we're not consistent with our abilities. This program that I told you about, which is called Magic, Miracles, and Manifestation, is to give you that certainty. Right? It's to give you that exact, you can rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. I know for myself, I danced a long time in that very, very conversation. Like, why can I manifest this and I can't manifest that? Da-da-da-da. Well, now I'm in a whole different echelon because I've committed to this path. I've committed to the tools that I teach, and I've committed to walking my talk. And now I see very clearly how quickly I can manifest the bigger things, what is actually in the way when it is in the way, clear that very quickly, and then begin to draw things in. So I want that for you. I want that for you. So if that's calling to you, the link, I'm just going to give it to you and then we're going to move on, is lifestyleized.com/manifest. Yep, that page is pretty much another video, me just connecting. I give you some very tangible stories from my life of how this formula has served me, and what I'm about to teach you has served me. And it also, I've given you some examples from some of my clients' lives of how this has served them. And a few other fun little tidbits that you may have heard a few bits of in these videos, and it kind of takes you on a deeper dive. So head over there, it's a 20-minute video. And the reason why it's a 20-minute video is because I don't want to bore you with a bunch of copy. right? It's not like, oh, I'm going to give you the sales formula so you'll buy. I don't care if you buy or not. Of course I want you to take the program. Of course I would love for you to be on this journey with me. Of course I would love the abundance that may come from that. But for more important to me is that you are ready and willing and able and to move beyond your own fears, doubts, uncertainties, stuck points, inabilities, whatever stories you've created, and you actually take the action. And by watching that video, taking the extra 20 minutes to watch that video tells me a lot about your willingness to actually dive in and do what I'm going to ask of you. That 8 weeks, just like we did a very fast fire, rapid 4-day, and I invited you to be in the experience opportunity here, that one is going to be jam-packed with physical experiences and experiments that will have you get in your bones, in your cellular memory, this formula and beyond down pat. So if you don't want to take the time to watch the video, then you're probably not going to want to take the time to be in the class and to do what's required of you in order to have that experience. Because as much as this is easy when you know and understand it, it's not easy because you're going to be up against old conditioning. But having the support and the love and the sisterhood and the container to move you through that will move you through there like that. So that's available to you, and I look forward to hearing from some of you. If you're not a yes, but you're a sort of yes, go to that page anyways. There's an opportunity for you to get on my calendar, us have a little one-on-one chat. I can help you get clear. I'm not here to convince you. I'm just here to help you get clear. Maybe there's something else that might be a better fit for you. Maybe it's not a fit. Maybe it's a hell yes. Maybe there's something even bigger that we're meant to do together. So explore that if you're even feeling any inclination. All right, let's see what else. Let's just dive in. I can say a lot more about that program. I wrote a few things, but I think I'll come back to this in a little bit later on. All right, so let me just find my notes here. All right. Give me a second here. I wrote a lot more than I want to say here. Okay. I'm going to review what you've learned so far, and then we're going to dive into the last step, which is leap into action. I'm very excited for this, and I'm a little wary because I know all you leapers, all you regular leapers out there who love to leap into action. I don't want you to get too excited because there are very specific ways in which the leap into action is going to work or work against you. And knowing the first 3 steps and getting really masterful in these first 3 steps is what is going to have the leap into action be of service and not put you back in old paradigm, old doing, old modes, old whatever. So know that this is a bit tricky, and that's why I'm going to do this review for everyone with the steps so you get it, and be very specific of having you understand what the leaping into action looks like from the perspective of this particular formula. Because again, I know that's where all you little A personalities rather, you're all A-list, A personalities might get a little tripped up. It's like, yay, now I can go do again. Be very careful. All right, step 1, linger in your desire. All right, lingering in your desire takes getting clear on what your desires are. Now, I know that some of you rocked it. I saw some amazing desires posted on the Girlfriends group page here. I'm so excited. There's so many juicy, amazing desires and way to take it to the fullest extent and be outrageous. And I love that. And I know some of you didn't post at all. And you might be feeling, as often happens, is, well, I don't even know what I want. I don't even know what I want. I'm not going to post anything. I'm really stuck. Okay, that's okay too. Like, you are where you are, you're at where you're at, and this may be very new for you. And you might start with a small desire. Well, I desire to have the rest of the day off, or I desire to have new sheets for my bed because I hate my sheets and they scratch me, right? You can start super small. That's fine. But in order for the linger and the desire piece to even work and get the juices flowing, you have to know what it is that you desire in some capacity. And I really implore you to I give you permission to explore what that is for you. You are worth it, You all have desires. As I mentioned in video 1, desire comes from the very seed of your DNA. It's what you are designed to express in this lifetime. It comes from spirit. It comes from your soul. It's not in your head. It's from your heart. It's about expanding you toward the very thing that you know in the back of your mind you're meant to be living, but you've denied it for whatever reason based on conditioning and everybody else's blueprints and thoughts and everything else, and you've maybe squelched it. So that's okay. It's a little squelched. It just needs some light and some water. So let's practice bringing it some light and some water. But you need to get clear. You need to have a desire or some desires to work with in the step, or you can't move forward in the formula. So once you know a desire, or 2 or 3 or 200, it doesn't really matter, you want to get into the feeling energy of those desires. As I shared in video 1, we have a desire over here, and then we have where we think that desire exists, which is usually some future point, right? And usually what's in the way of that desire is all this funkiness, right? You're like, I didn't get it, you didn't have it, why is everybody at? Right? And so your desire is like, whoa, I'm going to step away from that woman because I got nothing to give her, and it's not even a vibrational match. So by getting into the feeling state of your desire, which is, I know that I will feel this way when I have that desire met, then you can, well, I guess that's over here. Desire met, you're here. Then you can actually start to vibrationally align with that feeling now, get into the feeling now of what you're going to feel like then, and then you become a magnet. And that happens very quickly. And the lingering piece is essential because it puts you in that feeling state, it puts you in that energetic, it puts you in the state of expectation. An expectation, not the kind that's like, you have too many expectations, but the expectation, like expectancy, is what is going to rise your energy to match the desire. Any manifestation really comes from desire and expectancy. If your desire is way up here and your expectancy is way down here, well, you might need to lower your desire a little bit. And we're going to talk about that in the Magic Miracles and Manifestation course, because that's what's really going to have you manifest tangibly. But sometimes your expectations are way up here and your desires are way down here. Well, that's not going to work either. They need to match. They need to match. So anyways, you want to get clear. The quickest way to get them to match is to get into the feeling energetic, right? And the other piece, there's a lot more to say about that, but you want to just get into the feeling space, which is the lingering. So putting yourself in that feeling state as often as possible is what is the very definition of linger. And as we mentioned in video 1, the best way that I found to do that is to create pleasure practices, which are like your go-to activities that put you in that feeling state as often as possible. They serve as pattern interrupts. They serve as great little like mind breaks. They get you out of your funk. They enhance you. They make you feel good. I mean, they're just all around great. Pleasure practices are great for multiple things. They put you in the listening state. I mean, I go on and on and on. I spoke a lot about this in previous videos. It also helps you overcome your crankiness, right? We tend to get cranky. It's not happening fast enough. Where's my man? I've dated all these guys, and where's my man? Or why am I finally going to get the lucky break and have all this money? Or all the ways that we get pissed off and cranky about what doesn't come right away, or maybe what hasn't come for a long time. Well, get back in your lingering, get back in your pleasure practices, find a way to break that pattern and become more aligned and true. So, as I mentioned, this step is the key to the whole formula, because without the ability to know and to linger in what you truly desire, there ain't no other steps to take. So, get this one, master this one, play in this one, and the best part about this one is it's actually served best in sisterhood, right? This is not a Lone Ranger activity. I'm going to go out and over here and be in the woods by myself and get clear on my desires, and I'm going to linger. Well, okay, but that's not really the fun. I mean, just this morning, I have calls with almost nearly every day during the week. I have a call with a friend, and we get juicy in our desires. We play in our desires, and we future flaunt, which is another tool that I'll be teaching in the manifestation course, in the Miracles, Magic, Manifestation, because that actually puts you in a feeling state, it like time warps and puts you from here to there now. So, anyways, awesome. So that's step 1, linger in your desire. Cool, cool, cool. Thanks, Erin, for posting the updates. That's awesome. I love it. I would have loved to have you here. You and Crystal are like rocking the content and the boards there. So thank you. All right, step 2. Lean back. Lean back. Oh wait, I'm still leaning forward. I gotta lean back farther. I'm gonna lie down. I'm just gonna lie down. Right? Like leaning back is essential. And for some of you, that really is gonna look like lie the fuck down. Lie the fuck down. So step 2 is lean back. Lean back. This is literally, funny enough, it's so ironic to even say this, but this, in leaning back, is actually where the heavy lifting comes. So paradoxical, I know, right? So lean back, because it feels like heavy lifting because we've been so conditioned to make shit happen. But what if we simply allowed shift to happen? A bit of a difference there, right? So what if desire is actually already on its way? Not even on its way. What if it actually already exists in your field? Right? It is actually in your field. It is actually in your field. Because universal law states, and I say this all the time, and I will say this again and again and again and again and again and again, where desire exists, so too does the way. You would not have the desire if the way didn't exist. You might have heard some luminaries, Abraham-Hicks, David Nagel, some of the top people in this field who teach law of attraction and laws of the universe. It's just not possible. Like, if it's in us, it's possible. Now, it may not seem possible because it's like, where is it? It's like so far out there, like we can't even fathom it because we're literally looking through a pie vision, one little slice of reality, and we haven't even been expanded enough to even see the difference. When the Wright brothers created the first flight, everybody told them they were crazy. Everyone's like, no way, that's not going to happen. And some guy, I can't remember the name of the guy, literally like spoke to the big group of scientists or inventors or whatever it was and showed scientifically why it was never going to happen. And was like, here's the proof that what they're trying to do is physically impossible. And people believed them until the Wright brothers followed their desire enough, and now look at what it's brought us. They didn't give up. Thank freaking God. Imagine if they'd given up. I mean, imagine like the kind of lives we would all be living if the Wright brothers didn't follow their desires and live beyond the seen and go beyond the known. That's the possibility within this. That's the possibility for all of us. Where are we? If you don't like what's happening in the world, it's because, and Marianne Williamson talks about this a lot, every single person on this planet is still living out 1/10 of what's possible. They're living in 1/10 of what's possible. So imagine in your life, if even you're 1% of what's possible, if you're not playing in the realm of lingering in your desires and leaning back, and the next steps I'm going to be talking about, right? Just know that. You're just living a fraction of what's possible for yourself right now, and it's not your fault. It's just what's been conditioned. It's okay. It's been conditioned. Whatever. We can uncondition it. No big deal. It's awesome. That's why we're here together in sisterhood, to remember this. Okay, I repeat myself a lot, but I want to make sure you're picking up what I am putting down, sisters. So give me some high fives, hearts, thumbs, whatever you got. Okay, so desire, as I mentioned, is the seed of growth. It pulls and compels you toward the greatest expression in your life purpose. It gives you the map. Yay, thanks for the love. It gives you the map. It gives you the map. But that's only a map if you're willing to play, and I mean play, get jiggy with it, your desires. So this step, number 2, leaning back, is where you get to recondition yourself out of the doing. You do-doozers. My nickname is Dewey-doozer because I have a Dewey-doozer. And start to awaken and open yourself up to the receiving. It is simple, yet it's not easy. Yet it is easy, but it can be hard. But it's not that hard. So your desire is already there for you. Know that, know this. The question you better ask yourself is, oh, I have a desire. Okay, where's the way? Where's the way? Where's the way? What's the way? Well, you don't know the way. I'm going to get lingering. I'm going to be leaning back. I'm going to be listening. You just have to slow down enough to see the path markers and the signs that are pointing you to the way. They're there. They're there. They're there. We call them breadcrumbs. Exactly. No more doo-doo. All right, step 3 is listen and look for the guidance. If you're not leaned back enough, you will miss this very, very, very important step. Right? Leaning back, you don't go from leaning to leap. You've got to be listening and looking. And you're only going to be able to see when you lean back, because what else might come into your field is probably old stuff, that's old pattern, that's actually not true, which is part of the illusion that you're breaking free of. So it takes commitment to yourself and practice to awaken your inner guidance and begin to view the world through new eyes and ears. Okay? So be patient, be persistent, and you will persevere. The thing about guidance is it's everywhere, and it comes in all forms. As I mentioned yesterday, there's just no shortage of it. It might be through animal medicine, animal symbology. It might be through, a song you hear on the radio. It might be through a smell. It might be through a weird sign that you pass that says, go, here's your trip to Morocco you've been wanting. Like, it comes from it comes from out of children's mouths. It comes out of pets. Like, it comes from it wants to come to you. Like, it's there. The guidance is like, how can I get her to pay attention? So pay attention. But you're not going to pay attention if you're running down the road fast as you can to get to where you want to go and missing everything because you're trying to get there before everybody else. So you can prove yourself, prove your worth in the world. Look at, I made it. I had all that money and all that recognition, and I'm so valuable now. Well, till you're not. Because that's dirty fuel, in my opinion. That's false. That's false. You are valuable. It's how you get to actually create your life from ease that makes you even more valuable. Or at least have an experience of a more valuable life, a more valued life. All right, so more often than not, though, your guidance is going to come from unexpected forms. Sometimes we're like, oh yeah, I'm ready to receive some messages from the angels. I have a sister group who's like, messages from the angels. Like, why aren't they speaking to me? Well, because you're looking in the wrong direction. You're like stuck on how it's supposed to look. And it's coming from over here, and you're looking over here. So you're like, where is it? Oh, it's over here. That's why the lean back is so important. You have to be leaned back far enough to get the whole scope, right? The bird's eye view. And really be available to all the ways of them, and be like an eagle eye, lasered in the possibility of anything. And at first, it may seem a little ridiculous, a little woo. Like, really? A penny, another penny, I'm going to celebrate another penny. Really? Another, butterfly sticker because blah, 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 blah. Yeah, really. Really. It's that silly, and it's that potent. You may feel very silly, but that's part of the getting back into the childlike wonder and being like, yes, yes. I mean, everything and anything. You want a new blue, new blue Volkswagen bus? Celebrate every Volkswagen bus that crosses your path. I don't care if it's blue, red, pink, or yellow. Celebrate every single one, and don't stop celebrating, okay? Because the breadcrumbs are the path. And the more we celebrate, the more we're given. And the more we're given, the more we receive. And the more we receive, the more we can see. I think you're picking up what I'm putting down. Okay. Once you are informed and have more of the picture at that point where you've opened yourself up, lingered, leaned, and listened or looked, then and only then, sisters, do you leap. There ain't no leaping before any of those other steps. Do not even try it. You will end up in a pile of doo-doo and a pile of should and be all sorts of all turned around and pissed off at yourself and fall right back down the river of shit. I've been there. That's why I can speak about it. All right? So only then do you leap into action. The right, most aligned, feel-good action that you will most always enjoy taking is what's available to you in the leap when you follow steps 1 through 3. Yeah. So, if you bump up against struggle in the leap, if you're like, all right, I got this, I'm leaping, and all of a sudden you're like, then you've missed something or you've pulled some of your old conditioning in. You need to go back to step 2, not step 3. Go back to step 2 because once you've leaped, there's not a lot of listening in the leap because you're in action. When you're in action, you're in doing mode, you're in focus mode. There's not a lot of opening to be hearing what is there. So know that when you're in that leap, the listening has come down to a... And so if you get into the leap and you find that yourself in a non-joyful state, well then you've either misread the guidance, or you've leaped too soon, or you've leaped out of old conditioning, and you have to go back to the leaning back, and I would even say the lingering, okay? Because something got a little lost, and that's okay. This is the part where you get to experiment. This is actually the most playful part of the whole thing because you get to test out what works, what doesn't work. Oh, that really worked. I like to say you become like a Dora the Explorer. You put on your Dora the Explorer hat and you're like, what am I going to discover today? Oh, I leaped and I got pushback. Oh, okay. Maybe I leaped too soon. All right, I'm going to go back. I'm going to lose my desire. I'm going to linger my desire. And I'm going to lean back again. Oh, yeah, that's the guidance. Boom. Oh, now it feels great. Yay! Okay? That's the leaping. So I bet you're wondering then when you leap, when you actually leap. Like, what are the signs to leap? Well, first, I want to remind you again of the patience required, the courage required, and the Dora Explorer, the energy required, and the amount of experimentation that is going to be required. Okay, blah, blah, blah. I've already talked about all this. So, what does leaping look like from an effortless, feminine, manifesting place? Well, and you might want to write these down, ladies. The actions that you will be guided to take are most likely going to fit into one or more of these categories. Okay, so I'm going to do my best to go slow here. First, it's probably a good time to leap when the action you are guided to take is one that seems completely illogical, meaning it goes against all logic in that moment. I'm serious. Okay? So when the action you're guided to take is more illogical than logical, it's probably the right leap. Next one is, it's a good time to leap when the action you are guided to take is scary. Like, it brings up your shit. You're like, are you freaking kidding me? That's what I'm supposed to do? Really? Really? Okay? Because it might be, and often is, the very thing that you've been avoiding, that you've known you're supposed to do this. You've been getting this guidance. They've been knocking on your door saying, hello, sister. What? You want that? Do this. You want that? Do this. And you're like, no, I'm going to do this instead. And then you step into this formula, and the same darn guidance comes again, and you're like, oh, frig. Really? I don't want to do it. Well, that's why you have sisterhood. That's why you have this process. Like, you can lean into us. You can lean into, spirit. It's okay, because on the other side of that lies your greatest desires, your greatest expression, your greatest life, your greatest joy. All right, another one. You know you're ready to leap when the action you are guided to take might actually seem a little simple or too easy. Like, really? I'm supposed to do that? No. That's easy. Yeah. It might just be the easiest thing you could possibly imagine because you're not meant to work really hard. We tend to overcomplicate things. Who's part of the Overcomplicators Anonymous? That would be me. I guess I'm not so anonymous. I love to overcomplicate, right? This brain of mine just goes and goes. I'm like, oh, then I'll do this, and then I'll add this, and then I'll add this. And then I'm like, why am I so exhausted, right? There's actually a lot. Life is meant to be easy, and more often than not, there's always an easier way to do things. I have a whole tool set on how to identify and create more ease in your life. You'd have to join me in the next adventure for that, but believe me, ladies, it's a thing. Life is easy, and there's ways to bring it back into the simplicity and have it be easy. And even though that ease may scare you because it's too easy, it's easy. It can be easy, it can be simple, it can be way less than you think, and that action may be just benign, just the benign thing. Awesome. When we overcomplicate things, so one last thing about that, when we overcomplicate things, we miss the very in our face, and I mean in our face, opportunities that lead to manifesting our desires very quickly. So just know that overcomplication is not your friend. All right, you know it's time to leap when the action you are guided to take might feel a little outside of the box. Like, I would never do that. Really? I'm supposed to, right? I mean, you're seeing there's a theme here, right? I'm just kind of breaking these down. But it's going to probably be outside of the box. I was literally told one day by Spirit that I was supposed to pick up and leave my LA life and move back to upstate New York to awaken the women's movement in upstate New York. And I had swore up and down till I was blue in the face that I would never, ever, 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 be careful of your nevers, because the universe doesn't hear never, move back to upstate New York. It was just not in my field. But when I asked for the guidance, because I was in a real funky state, and that's what came, you better believe I leaped. Boy, did I leap. And it was not an easy leap. And it brought me to the depths of my knees to make that leap and to do what I was asked to do. But in the end, it was the most profound gift I could have ever experienced. And it has brought me to my desires. A very twisty, windy road to my desires, but absolutely the best path to condition and grow me and elevate me to become the woman I am, to actually be even able to receive my desires, which is a whole other conversation. Often we get our desires and we're not even ready to receive them, which is a whole other piece that I didn't even have a chance to get into with you on this particular journey, but I absolutely will be getting into that in the other journey, because that's the worst. Like, I've just rocked in, I've manifested all this stuff and things are happening and I'm hating life. Or that wasn't how I wanted it and now I don't want it. All right. Do I have a Ronald story to tell us about not listening to guidance? I might. Let me feel into that. I might have a little Ronald story, Gabriella. Oh yes, thank you for reminding me yesterday. Yes, I do. Thank you. I'll throw that in.